All right, let's see if we can get here. Hopefully you guys can see this at least a little bit. For my YouTubers. And welcome. Welcome. All right, so how the body goes through trauma kind of looks like this. We're going to answer these two questions today and really go through it. The first one is how trauma affects your soul. I want to talk about this because there's so many light workers, so many people that are awake, so many people that are sensitive, so many people that came into this lifetime and you've gone through trauma, right? You've gone through it and you're like, why did I experience so much? How do I come back home? What is this? And so I'm going to just share a little bit about that. I'm going to prop this up just a little bit more for my YouTubers. See if I can get you guys a little higher here. Excuse me. Excuse my hand. There we go. And there. And you can see me. I'm not looking down at you so bad. Okay. So, this world is really upside down. So if you're part of this conversation of an awakened reality, of star seeds, of people that are really feeling called to come here and end the cycle of abuse, you feel like you're on a soul mission, a soul calling, and it's been challenging for you. It's been a lifetime of drama, right? And you're born into this reality and you might have some memory, you might not have some memory. And it looks like you go through the trauma, you go through the healing of the trauma, you've talked about the trauma, right? You might have become a nurse or a therapist or a coach or a healer of some sort, a body worker of some sort. And you have this calling to do more. Most likely you've helped your family already. And if this is resonating, just give me a yes in the comments. Let me know, because this is really for you. What I feel called to do here is to help you fully come home to yourself so you don't have those symptomologies anymore. The common symptoms of survivors of abuse and relationship abuse are anxiety and depression, low self-worth, low self-esteem, PTSD, CPTSD, right? Autoimmune diseases. If you've had sexual trauma, you might have some sexual dysfunction, some sexual illness. We have relationship issues, right? And communication issues and boundary issues. And all of these things seem really hard to come through. I hear over and over and over again from clients before they work with me it's, I've been healing forever. It takes forever to heal. Here's the thing. It takes forever to heal because you're healing the wrong pieces. You're healing the outside and not the inside. And you're treating from the outside. Common things that we do to treat our illnesses is, one, many people go on substances, right? So we either use substances ourselves or we go on substances from the doctors and therapists and stuff. And what we know now is that many of these substances actually create an addiction and cause more issues. So if you go on an anxiety blocker, an anxiety med, oftentimes when you're coming off of it, you'll have worse anxiety, which will make the person go back on the substance, even though they then have the coping skills to deal with the anxiety. But the anxiety will be so bad, which are the withdrawals from the MDs that I talk to and work with, that it's even worse, right? We know that a lot of depression medicine causes SI, right? And that ideation that happens. And so that's not so great, right? It's not so great. They're not actually helping. The other thing that we do is we go in and we talk about it. And I'm not saying talking about it isn't good. I know that it's very important for many of my clients, my private clients, to talk about it, to say, well, this happened to me, to have that validation. The problem is, for many, many, many people that have gone through school to be a therapist, we just learn to help our clients regurgitate, keep complaining, keep doing it, keep being in there. And this makes people stay stuck in that reality and that thinking, because we're not taking into account that we are higher beings, right? We're not taking into account that you have a soul, that you have a consciousness beyond your physical consciousness, and what trauma did to that consciousness, and that we create our own reality, and the quantum mechanics and quantum physics and epigenetics of the entire system that is actually making it so once you go to traditional therapy and talk about it or learn some coping skills around it, then you get to step away from that reality, not deny it. Many times clients come to me and they want to deny it. So hopefully that's not you. If you want to fix your trauma or you want it to go away, it's not going to go away. It was your experience. It was your life. And I welcome you to embrace it and decide, well, who am I instead? Okay. So let's go through the first question. Do you have any questions about what I'm sharing so far on either of these platforms? So what we're going to do today is I'm going to share a little bit about the inside out of how trauma affects your soul, how you're affected by it, and then what you can do around it. I need a new camera. This lighting is just really bad, especially with no makeup. Let me get my little guy here. So you've probably seen her before. So if you're a practitioner, a therapist, and you want to, or a healer or a nurse or somebody in the healing field, or you want to be, then thank you for joining. Then please let me know on here and ask me any questions, right? My goal with this live and with this is to really bring together a really tight group of people that are ready to treat a client differently, right? From a soul perspective. And the first thing that we're going to do is really help you as a practitioner that you might feel sensitive. You might not know why you're sensitive to things. You might be clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient. You might have some sensitivities when you go out. You might pick up on other people's stuff, right? And not know how to handle the burden of being a healer. And so this training that I'm going to be talking about and beta testing in Soul Psychology 101 is about embodying your truth, embodying your authenticity, healing these wounds and these blocks, and being able to live in your vessel in a really beautiful way. But first, let's talk about what happens when you or your clients go through a trauma. Okay, so this is a brand new baby. This is a brand new baby. And this baby was born, and this baby is perfect. Okay, it's absolutely perfect. And the baby has a physical body. Right? The baby has a physical body, and that's what makes the baby the baby. And let's say, we'll just give it a couple years, the average age of survivors of sexual abuse in the family is 4 to 9 years old. Okay? 4 to 9 years old. So let's say that this baby is 4, and its physical body goes through a trauma. Okay? And it was too much for the physical body to handle. And so the physical body goes, oh no, no. I am not equipped to take care of this. And it goes into trauma amnesia, and it doesn't really remember what happened. Kicks it out. It's too painful. And it passes the torch to the mind. This is the physical view, right? To the mind. This is the illusion of how we're shaped. So the physical body, which we see as the outside, is the strong part, shifts it to the mind, which we see as the inside. And I'll share how this is all a lie in just a second. And the mind for a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, or somebody in a traumatic relationship goes, well, I can't talk my way out of this. I can't leave. I can't smart my way out of this. I don't know how to get out of this. I can't make sense of it. And so it makes up lies like you're not enough, or you're not smart, or you just must not be lovable, or whatever that looks like, right? And those lies split the truth. So the truth doesn't work. And whoops. And the truth is over there. Okay. And then you have your emotions, right? So then the emotional body comes in and it goes, oh my God. And maybe that works. Maybe they get away from you. Maybe they don't care, right? Maybe they don't care at all. And you were told something like, I'll give you something to cry about, right? My dad used to say that. I'll give you something to cry about. And so you're on this journey and you're crying, or you're getting angry, or you're getting quiet, right? You're feeling sheltered. You're feeling alone. You're feeling whatever. You're having all these feelings. Your feelings are denied. And they go, oof, nope. And it kicks out, hey, Jared. And it's gone. And then it goes, okay, I'm subject to the world. Okay, I'm subject to the world. And this is how we get hung up on people pleasing, on codependence, on proving, and wondering what this is all about. Okay, so your clients, you're proving, you're achieving, you're going for things, and the world becomes your guide, your vessel. This is mom and dad are in charge, right? And as a kid, if you're in a safe environment, this is beautiful. If you're not in a safe environment, this can be deadly. And eventually you're like, these people don't like me. They don't anything. Like, I have absolutely no power in this world. And you feel that split apart. And once that is split apart, you have this inside, okay? And this inside is what we're going to say is your soul. And your soul is, we see it as this little thing that lives inside of us. Now, this is actually the lie. This is how the world that be has flipped us upside down. And we want to flip you right side up. In Soul Psychology 101, we're going to flip you right side up, and we're going to help you put your pieces together. So, Jared, we're talking about soul psychology. I'm answering the first question, which is how trauma affects your soul. So that's what we're going through at this very second. So you have this little piece of your soul. The whole time, all of these parts of you, okay, all of these parts of you, I'll turn this down here. All these parts of you here, we're trying to protect your soul, okay? Your soul is your life force. And these parts of you are trying to protect your soul. And so your soul does one of two things. Some of my clients, their souls have kind of gone into them. They turn inward and kind of disappear. That connection with God's source has gone away. And they get heavy. Physical illness is very common, things like that. But the majority of my clients, because they're more like me, their soul kind of got kicked out and they popped out. And you might be really in touch with God's source. You might feel like you're hovering above yourself and you're looking down. You might disassociate a lot. You might have some trauma amnesia, and you're trying to heal it. Okay. But this is the separation. This is the separation that hurts. So you're saving your soul. You're saving your soul here. So the soul, we're just for this case and purpose, will go away, right? Will go away. And your physical body will be like, okay, I can heal. And instead of it being big, it's little. And it goes, I can heal. I can do this, but I'm not mine anymore. I'm somebody else's. Right? I'm moms, I'm dads, I'm the abusers, I'm the work fields, I'm schools, I'm not my own. And then your emotional body goes, well, I'm not my own, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to be ran by the world. So I only can feel what I'm allowed to feel, right? I can only feel what I'm allowed to feel. I only can feel what's appropriate. For boys, boys can't feel, right? For girls, we might feel too much, right? There's good feelings, there's bad feelings. All the judgment comes from that. And then the next is we are going to think about it. We're going to judge it, right? We're going to judge it. So we're going to siphon, we're going to control our emotions, which makes it really hard to manifest, really hard to be in our own power. But we're looking, remember, in here, what's running the show in here now isn't our soul, isn't this essence of who we really are that's really upside down. We'll get to that in a second. But it's all these other things. Thank you. And so we're here. Your clients are here. And they're trying to treat their physical body, right? They're treating their physical body, they're treating their mind, they're taking the drugs, they're siphoning and saying that their emotions are wrong and bad, and they're just feeling overwhelmed. Okay, and then we have the outside, and this outside of us, your electromagnetic field, your own personal authority, right, is kind of hovering here. It doesn't really come in because you're trying to people please. They're trying to people please. They're trying to be around everybody. They're trying to do the right thing, right? And it's really, really, really hard to heal, including their therapists. Is this making sense? So it does. It takes forever because they gave away their authority. They gave it away to the world. And their truth isn't in their body. So the soul gets disconnected a bit. The soul, which is the most powerful part of you, gets disconnected when you go through trauma. And it's not because the trauma disconnected it. It's because your body, your mind, your emotions, and your field, your magnetic field, are literally programs by God's source to house and direct, allow your body, allow your expression in this world to happen. Is this making sense? And what happens is we get disembodied. So one of the fastest ways that I have found to help my clients heal from some of the worst traumas is to help them learn how to manage the aspects that kind of pop them out and in from their reality. So the first thing that you're going to learn in Amazing You is how to put your pieces back together, because they probably feel like they've been out of sorts. And then you'll be connected, right? When you're connected to yourself, then you can manage and know who you are and who somebody else is. So that clairsentience, clairaudience, those gifts that have been activated by the trauma can make sense. The disconnection, the disassociation, you can call yourself back into your body, and not your body mind won't feel like they have to kick yourself out anymore, because you'll trust yourself to be in your body. You will reclaim ownership of your own temple, of your own vessel, rather than allow whoever hurt you to be in ownership of it. Right. So I have to tell you, like, I didn't plan any of this talk or anything. I was just like, we're just going to do it. I'm going to see how it flows. People are interested in this. If it's lining up, hey, if it's lining up for you, if this is something that interests you, because so many clients, why you're so sensitive, okay, why the PTSD happens, why the flashbacks, AKA time travel, happens, why you're living in multiple dimensions, meaning you're living as a child that was hurt, you're living as a functional parent, but you're not feeling like you're there, you're living as a a wife or a spouse, but you're not feeling like you're there. You're feeling like you can't get up and open up your business or do anything because there's these blocks, because you have scattered pieces. And the pieces are only scattered because they have no owner. It's like they're out looking around for your consciousness, for your soul to come back to your soul, because they were assigned to be your soul's house. This is making sense? So we stay really, really sensitive. So we stay sensitive physically. So now we're going to flip this upside down, and I'm going to share with you how to reconnect. And then I want to invite you, if you feel called, to step into this power, to step into reconnecting, to learn how to manage your clairs and everything in Soul Psychology 101. We have a 4-part training and intro to certification program happening shortly, and you guys will be the beta testers. So the first, let's just say now that actually your physical body is the slowest, densest part of you to heal. And so we're gonna assign it to be this little part of you. It is like the battery pack, right? It houses everything and it battery packs everything. But when it comes to its power, it's kind of the weakest link. If you ever changed your mind, you know that you can change your mind a lot faster than you can change your body, right? Okay, so we have had a traumatized body. Oftentimes, when we have a traumatized body, what our body begins to do is it gets hypervigilant. Okay, so you get super, super sensitive to other people's stuff. When you don't own your body, this is where we get autoimmune diseases and we start fighting our body, right? We want our bodies to look different, be different. If I was only this way and not that way, then I'd be lovable, right? If I was only this and that, then I would. So we start this war within our body. We don't want to be in our bodies. We don't want to be here. Many starseeds feel this way just being here, because they're like, how did I end up on this planet to begin with, right? So if you're here, you can relate. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to claim and own your body, so you can stop the war, which will most likely help, if not end, the endocrine system stuff that's happening in your body, the autoimmune stuff that's happening in your body, and reclaim this. Then the essence of you will have a battery pack to come home to run from, right? That's going to power it. Then we're going to repower your system. So the next thing that happened when you're disconnected and trauma from your body, right? So we have the autoimmune diseases, we have the body holding everything, can't think straight, can't anything, but you have a mind, right? You have memories, you have a mind. But the mind actually is here, if we know about manifestation, if we know about creation, to choose your reality, to run your reality. So if you are out of your mind, then oftentimes you're in other people's business, right? So this keeps you, if you're clairsentient, clairaudient, this keeps you feeling other people's stuff and thinking other people's stuff. It also keeps you disembodied, so you can't think for yourself. So saying no is challenging. Making your own decisions is really challenging. And you want to claim this. You want to claim this for yourself. So we're going to claim and retrain your brain so you can understand your gifts, right? And so you can time travel. So I'm actually going to teach you bits about how PTSD is going to help you not only to heal the past, but also to jump forward. And we're going to go through a bit of hypnosis and everything in this course. And then, of course, I'll be, if you choose to go through the certification route, you can be certified to do this. But why trauma disassociates it so much is because we haven't been able to think for ourselves. So we're going to put your head back on. Next, we're going to stop demonizing your emotions. Your emotions actually shift and move your mind and your actions much faster to manifest anything. If you want more abundance, more money, more joy, more love, more peace, to manifest any of that, where they're talking about this in the quantum science field, is really about harnessing your emotions and learning how to move your energy. If your energy system has been blown out through the trauma, right? And your soul is disconnected because your energy system was protecting your consciousness, which is the only thing that's kind of outside of energy itself. I don't know what makes it different, but I know that soon we are going to figure out what makes consciousness different than just regular energy, which is what everything is run on at the moment. But I think that we are naive still in that. Although everybody that, it's like anything, like we think that we know it all until we find out that we don't. So that's what I think we're at. I think that there is a God consciousness, right? That we are, that is more, that is different than the emotional consciousness. But emotional consciousness moves fast. But if you don't allow emotions, if you're scared of emotions, if emotions control you, right? We're controlled by fear. We're controlled by judgment. We're controlled by not good enoughs, right? That are turned into emotions through our thoughts and our actions. So we are going to go through and we're going to learn how to manage your energy. So this is not the course for learning your emotional code, which is in Amazing Emotions. This is the course for learning how to manage your energy, how to work with frequency, how to work with your body. So you are not subject to emotional control as easy, right? There's politics, there's things, we're going to get emotional about things. That's part of life, but you'll be able to manage those emotions rather than the emotions manage you. That means too, that you'll be able to decipher, because you'll be present there, right? Not in the blowout form, not in the savior form. You'll be present there to go into stores or with your clients, and they'll be feeling something and you won't have to feel it all. Right? You're going to be able to not be so drained. You're going to be able to manage that energy within yourself. You're going to be able to feel a lot better. So that is your emotional zone. And when this is blown up by trauma, right? We feel everybody's feelings. We feel everything, especially if you're sensitive, if you're awake, if you're a light bearer. And you feel that higher calling to help people. But you're so sensitive sometimes you can't. Or when you help people, it gives you negative thoughts, and then you take on their illness. You become a little demigod, and your physical body gets sick because you don't know how to manage it yet. So I help people learn how to manage it. All right. So then we have our emotional body. Then you're going to take back authority. So if you've given away authority in your life, right? Oftentimes we demonize our gifts, our intuition, our abilities that were awakened through the trauma. We demonize them because we give away our authority, right? And we disconnect from our own knowingness. So we're going to really go through and hone in on what you know, who you are, right? And how to manage your authority and authority in your life. I actually just was gifted a incredible healing, a theta healing around authority to even step into my own, because I had been blocking soul psychology and really standing in this for a number of months. Actually, I've been nervous, right? I've been nervous to say, no, this is what I do. I want to teach you how to reclaim your power, how to be in your house, how to share your story, and how to help people really reclaim who they are after trauma. Because we can be in therapy for a bazillion years. It doesn't have to take that long. But when you reclaim your authority in your life, right, and you know how to work with your vibrational field. So Tesla said that everything works in frequency and vibration. You work in frequency and vibration. So what we just did here, right, you had this blowout system that was going to therapy, that was doing their thing, that's been trying to heal, right? You're feeling enlightened. You have this call, and you've been treating the physical body, you've been treating the mental body. The two weakest links, in all honesty. Then you went and you treated your emotional body, and maybe you numbed things out and you didn't let yourself feel, or you make shame or blame or anger or upset wrong, right? And then you're looking outside of yourself for that authority. We want you to claim that authority within yourself and your gifts, right? So once you have this, then you actually can work with your electromagnetic field. This is your biosphere. You have a biosphere. I have a biosphere. Every plant has a biosphere. The earth itself has a biosphere. And we work with that biosphere to clear out any ties, tags, limitations. This can be from this lifetime. This can be from trauma. This can be from exes. This can be for current relationships, right? So you learn how to work with these energies and acknowledge that we are all energy, and then we're all connecting to one another, and we're all giving away our authority and reclaiming our authority in all times, okay? You're going to reclaim this. Now, this is going to pretty much heal your trauma and many of your trauma responses, but it's still a lot of work here, because these little battery packs, they just work here on this planet, right? They just work here on this planet, and they're trying to think for themselves. They're reactive to the rest of the world until this part of you, the most powerful part of you, that is actually the how. This is the house for it, right? But it's more powerful. It's going to vibrate bigger. Your authenticity, your soul self comes back in, and it says, I want that battery, right? I'm going to live in this house. I'm going to claim my territory. I'm going to claim this house. And you seed your soul. So at the end of this course, we're going to seed your soul, so you feel complete and amazing. We seed souls as well. Now, when you don't do this work, though, okay, when you don't do this work, one, you can get really caught up in your soul being fragmented in a whole bunch of different places, your consciousness being fragmented in a whole bunch of different places, caught up in the world not working and not helping you, and caught up in trying to manage your gifts or your symptoms. Okay, so your spiritual gifts or your symptoms, we kind of have those managed up. All right. So any questions about this piece before I move on a bit? Whew. I have to figure out how to do this right. So that's how trauma affects the soul. It kicks you out. And that's why you disassociate, right? And that's why things are so sensitive, right? That's why you don't know how to trust yourself. That's why you feel overwhelmed when you go out in public. That's why you feel overwhelmed by things, right? So now what I'm going to share with you is kind of what we're going to do in this program to see if it aligns with you. And if it does, it is a beta test program. It's going to be a certification program. And if you go through it all and take the test and everything, you can get certified in soul seeding from this, and safe, secure, and successful, because you're working with energy, and you can get that certification, that part of the Amazing You certification. Okay, so we're doing soul psychology. We're working with the soul. Your soul has a mission, right? So things that I want you to know is that if you feel like you have a mission, okay, so if you feel like you have a mission that's greater than you, so a mission to tell your story, but something's blocking you. A mission to help people, but you feel like you're too sensitive or something's blocking you. A mission to understand your gifts and your sensitivities that were activated through the trauma, right? So if this is you, this is who we're looking for, okay? So if that aligns with you, then we're going to go through these 4 phases of embodiment. So first, we're going to align. And we're going to go through your 4 elements of the physical self, which we talked about today. 4 elements of a human, right? Then we're going to go into activate. Which is going to be really working with your energy and understanding your gifts. And this is going to be individual, but by sharing in the group, you're going to really understand how to work with your gifts, how to get out in public, how to feel better, how to do things. And then we're going to learn the transformation. So this is becoming a trauma transformer, and you're going to learn and go through your own soul, going through the process of trusting your body, trusting your mind, trusting your emotions, really owning all the work that you've done already. Oh, thank you. All the work that you've done already, right? And mastering yourself again, mastering how this works, reclaiming your soul, and then working through it. There's 4 phases of this course. I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take, either 4 weeks or 8 weeks. Okay, is what we're going to dive into it. I have been asked by many people to do this course, and it's taken me a while because of logistics, really. Logistics. I needed all the pieces in place. Hello. And so thank you. And so this course is really going to help you to be a better energy worker, be a better healer, be a better nurse, be a better psychic, be a better mother, right? That be better at being sensitive to understand yourself so you're not overwhelmed, so you understand what's happening, so it doesn't trigger the trauma responses that you used to have, and all of that. So there's 2 things that I want to invite you to do now, and then I'll go into questions. So the first is on my website, yourownuniversity.com. If you go to courses, you could just register for the beta test for all 4 phases. It's 11/11, and it is just at Your Own University. Go to courses. Soul Psychology 101 is the name of the course. Right? If you're like, I want to know more in a more structured environment, Lisha, like I want to screenshot, I want to learn exactly about the program and everything that goes into it, right? Then I'm going to be doing an intro class next Saturday, the 15th, at, I think it's 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. And you can register for that on my link tree. So if you just go to my picture and go through to my link tree, you can register for that live webinar mini class, where I'll kind of be teaching what I just taught here. Pretty much I'm kind of formulating what we're going through, but it'll be more about the program, what to expect, and all of that too. If you join today, though, you're going to get a free session with me to evaluate your spiritual gifts, your mission, and what's happening. So I know exactly what you need in the course as I create it. So any questions you guys have for that, please text me, email me. Thank you for watching on YouTube. And I will turn this off now, but feel free to DM me, info@lishaantiqua.com. and or yourownuniversity.com, and let me know, and I'll also link it here below this video so you have all the links.